Hello, so my name is Michael Young, and I am going to be your instructor here for this course that I created. I've written many things in the past, and I hope to write many more in the future, and I just wanted to do this as a way to pay it forward for all the people who have helped me out on my own writing journey, um, and wanted to see if I can help a few other people with some of the things that I've learned along the way. So every month I will create one of these videos so that I could give my own 2 cents. I've collected a lot of things from other people, but I also want to be able to tell you personally some of the things that I've learned and that I've gleaned from personal experience. So here in this first video is in January. We talk about brainstorming. So you all who read what I've written, I'll say, gosh, where do you get your ideas? And a lot of times as an author, you'll be asked that, where do you get them? And that's just kind of a funny thing. Like I don't usually sit down and say, okay, inspiration, it's time to strike. I'm in my favorite inspiration chair. I've got my thinking cap on, and here come the ideas. They honestly, most of my ideas come in random places. They're sparked by something that somebody says, or a billboard that I see, or just a situation that I observe. They're little moments in life that make me ask, hey, what if? What if that had turned out a little differently? Or just watching the way that two people interact and having an idea of some characters based on those people. It can be really anything. I remember the idea for the first book I ever published came when I was at work. I was a poor college student. I was working at Target part-time to help pay the bills, and I just had this idea when I was stocking shelves that I turned into a novel, and voila, there we go. So the biggest thing I can say about brainstorming is that there's no magical way to get your ideas, but the trick to it is writing your ideas down as soon as you get them, because you're not going to remember them all forever, especially not in the kind of the true light bulb moment that you get. It's not going to stay that way. So you need to either keep something to write with. Before, in the days before I had a smartphone, I'd carry a little notebook or something, and that's still fine if that's your thing. Got a nice notebook to jot your ideas down. These days, I just use my smartphone. I just have an idea, I'll open it up, jot down the idea, and get back to it later. So you don't have to develop everything right as you get it, but the core little sparks, the kernels of ideas that are just going to be so exciting to you as a writer. You need to get those down so that you don't lose it, because it's happened to me before too. Like, oh, I was so excited about that earlier today, but what was it? Just as soon as you possibly can, write it down, save it somewhere, store it somewhere where it's not going to get lost. I tell you, there's a lot of times when I'm looking to start a new manuscript that I'll look through my ideas, even if they're not related to the particular manuscript I'm looking on. Sometimes I'm able to take a few different concepts or ideas and bundle them together into a single manuscript and say, hey, one fun idea is great, but hey, let's take two or three and combine them in an organic way to make a really interesting manuscript. So I'm saying, just look for those little inspirations in life. And when you see them, jot them down as soon as possible. I don't think there's any wrong way to brainstorm. Some people like to do brainstorm with music. As a musician myself, sometimes I get a little bit too involved in the music, and that's a little distracting. But some people are inspired by being out in nature, by talking with their friends. Whatever it is, whatever inspires you, just be ready to jump on it when the moment strikes. So good luck. Spend some time going through the material, deciding what kind of writer you are. We're going to talk a little bit about the difference between a plotter and a pantser. So those are not my terms. Somebody else came up with those. But whether you're more of a, I want to outline everything that's going to happen in my story and have a nice, great, structured plan, or I just want to kind of have a basic idea of where I'm going and then just go out and discover it as you go along. And I think there are merits to both kinds of styles. I myself am a little bit of both, somewhere in the middle. It can be kind of a spectrum. You don't have to be completely one or completely the other. So thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know what questions you have. You can always reach out to me by email as listed in the course, and best of luck to you. I look forward to seeing what you come up with.